Hello, this is Glenda with AKA GK Fralin, Friendly Community, and welcome. Okay, we've got a little bit of footage here. My daughter and her family were over this evening. Well, minus their oldest son, who is 18 and now has a job full-time, and they don't see him very much. It's like, well, that sounds familiar. Anyway, no, they see him. But he's just working a lot. But it's good for him. Good for him to work. But anyway, they were here, and their daughter Felicia, and she did a trick, which you're going to see. And, well, actually, she did the trick, pretty much. I just watched and filmed, but it was fun. Anyway, so maybe it'll start a challenge, I don't know. But I will start off by showing you the video of our visit. It was fun. There, now you're on.
20 minutes. Well, you tried calling me, but I was on the phone with Casey.
Well, you tried calling you already back?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're being filmed now.
Uh-oh, smile away.
Oh,
Hi. Tell me about your day at school.
horrible.
Okay.
Hello, Dal.
That was
How
a
you doing? Horrible and good.
horrible.
Sorry. I was on the phone with Casey.
Oh, I don't have to put this on the vlog. I'm just filming.
Okay. I don't care if you put it on the blog or not.
Oh, good. I will.
Okay.
I like your hair. I like it pretty. It's nice
Taking
and
a
long.
shower and it's all natural.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yep.
That should be about right.
But you've always got. Is that natural too, where it all comes down in your face like that?
Yes,
Because it seems like it. I can push it out of her face and it's always right back.
Yes, it will stay.
We tried a couple
Angela,
Yeah.
hello.
Hello.
Don't do that. Okay. Well, at least I
All
can.
right. Hi.
Now, go. Give us a pose. Give us a pose.
What's the pose? Like this?
There you go. We have company. We have my daughter and her family. My oldest daughter, Angela. And James, say hi.
Hey. Hola.
¿Cómo estás?
Joe,
Muy bien.
you're going to get it without any embarrassment.
Hi.
As you can see, we had a fun evening. Those girls. Angie really had me going. I thought, uh-oh, I'm going to have to cut her out, or cut her part out. Then she turns around like that. It's like, those guys, they can, well, I don't know. I don't know where they get their weird sense of humor from at all. But anyway, must be from their dad. But we even got to talking about nose shapes tonight. Anyway, it's like, oh, okay. But, okay. The rest of it, this has been a kind of a busy day, but a good day. I mean, we went, well, Joe came home a little early, and, well, I'll tell you, I almost really screwed up. I was supposed to be ready by the time he got here. Well, I was, but barely. Because I went down to get my flu shot. And I had to make sure I got, this week's been so nice. And today, thank goodness, was still nice. And it's supposed to start raining tomorrow. And since it had been nice and the forecast kept saying it was going to stay nice, I called the other day and made that appointment. And I think I told you about it. So anyway, he got home early. Well, earlier than usual, in time to take me to my appointment. I'm stumbling through all of this. Just try to follow me. Catch up at the end, maybe. But I got to goofing around on this computer. I looked at the clock and it wasn't even noon. After I woke up from my nap, it wasn't even noon. And I started messing around on this computer. I looked up and it was 3 o'clock. And I hadn't had my bath yet. I got in the tub and I just did a standing quick. Okay, that's a little TMI. But anyway, I got ready. A little out of breath, but I got ready. And he got home and I got a gnat. And darn thing is driving me crazy. Anyway, I'll leave it alone. It's fidget spinner. This is how I was keeping myself under control before. Anyway, but, so we got down there and I got my flu shot. And look, you can't even tell where she gave it to me. Didn't even bleed. No Band-Aid needed. And yes, she did give me the shot. I felt it. Not by a lot. I mean, she was very good with it. But I did feel the stick and I felt the medicine go in. So anyway, then we got back in the car and Joe asked me if I wanted to go and see something that had recently been built. I said, sure. He says, you don't have to get out of the car. I said, well, that's good. Well, because it was really windy out today, and he was taking me out in the country, and they're out there trying to get corn in, so it's a little dusty too. But anyway, we get out there, this beautiful monument, and it's got there's a sign there, a marker. It says Chief Standing Bear Trail, and there's a whole nice little thing and there's a trail that you can walk, and the only way they've really disturbed it, they've put in a shelter right near the opening. I mean, this is close to farms, so it's not like anybody really would have known until this was all brought to the attention of the legislature. Anyway, and they've been working on getting this, and so the Homestead Heritage Foundation has done this, at least done some of this, and all through the state of Nebraska, as far as I can tell, from what I read. Now, Chief Standing Bear was a Ponca Indian chief. And back in the 1800s, when they moved all those Indians to Oklahoma, his tribe was moved. Well, his son died in the winter. I don't remember what year it said. Anyway, he came all the way back here in the middle of winter to bury his son in his homeland. Anyway, there is a city called Ponca here in Nebraska, and it's up northeast part. I didn't get any pictures because I didn't have my camera with me, and I didn't take any off the internet because I don't know, those are probably copyrighted. But if you get a chance, you should look up Chief Standing Bear. He did a trail all the way up here into Nebraska, and their tribe had been settled I guess it must have been up northeast somewhere because it was in the area where the Niobrara and the Missouri rivers kind of come together. But then down this way, it's closer to the Big Blue River. And that goes on down into Kansas, and I don't know from there. But they used to follow the river a lot with railroads and this kind of stuff. Anyway, so they've put this together there. Oh, another part of that story that I learned is that when he did that, when Chief Standing Bear did that, he was arrested by a military, and then there was a court case. It's the Nebraska Commission of Indian Affairs that has been a part of bringing this legislation up to make sure that these Indian trails and places are given back into some kind of a memorial or something. Anyway, this is something to do with this in the legislature, bringing it to the legislature, but I don't know where the National Homestead Heritage Foundation comes in, but it does. And they're the ones who have sponsored or put together all of this, at least throughout the state of Nebraska. But in Standing Bear, I'm reading this directly off of Google, and this is from when he brought his son back to bury here. It was an officer by the name of Crook, just how we spell it for the thief. But anyway, in Standing Bear versus Crook in the United States District Court, Chief Standing Bear argued that the Native Americans are persons within the meaning of the law. Chief Standing Bear was a member of the Ponca Indian tribe. Okay, that's just a note. And I just want to make sure I get the right information in there. This is about honoring a man who did anything for his son, even after his son died. And I think that is such a wonderful story. And this trail is, part of it is out northeast of, there's a little town of Blue Springs north of us, just not very far, I mean just across a bridge. And then northeast of there, on a paved road going out toward farm country, is where this particular monument or memorial trail is. And it's heartwarming, the tale is, and it's also heartbreaking that this poor man had to go through so much in his life. But you gotta give it to him. He was a never say die. So I think he earned his name, Chief Standing Bear, because he stood for what he believed, and he wanted his son in his own land when he was buried. Anyway, okay, well, I'm out of time for this vlog, and oh golly, guys, it was just such a long day. I didn't get to my comments until late, so I might still be answering some tomorrow. If you still want to make a comment, I'll get to it, because I'll get a notice. I love you all. Please take care of yourselves. Get your flu shots if you need them, if you haven't. And I'll be back tomorrow. I hope you'll be back tomorrow. And just take care. Good night.